Hello, my name is Gene Pedrotti. I own Pedrotti Ace Hardware, a business my grandfather started in Crockett back in 1922. 24 years ago this Valentine's Day, we moved to Benicia. It has been a love affair ever since. In late 2014, with the strong support of City Hall and citizens of Benicia, I purchased the Benicia Trailer Park, that I could close it and spruce up the east side of town with a new hardware store. The project would accomplish three goals: assist long-term, low-income residents in moving out of their aging trailers and into affordable homes, create a beautiful east entrance for Benicia, and finally, give a permanent home to Benicia's award-winning hardware store. However, when the process of closure revealed that park residents, many of whom are seniors with disabilities, could not be relocated easily and quickly, I withdrew our application. There simply was not enough affordable housing available to ensure that residents could be timely placed. Withdrawing the application was the most conscientious and considerate thing to do. We simply would continue to operate the trailer park, give residents time to apply, get in on the housing wait list, and take up the new hardware store project later. We are making progress. Residents are now receiving placement into affordable housing. One of our residents, a veteran, was recently accepted into the program and moved out of a 50-year-old trailer. He now has an affordable home with much more space and a stunning panoramic view of the Carquinez Straits. He told me enthusiastically, "This is the way to grow old." It is a pleasure to report that other residents soon will be able to take advantage of affordable housing when it becomes available. In addition to the veteran, two other residents have left the park, and I have been assisting all of them by acquiring their trailers and bearing the expense and hassle of disposal. This is not something we have to do. All of the trailers are owned by residents and are their responsibility, including disposal, if they cannot be sold or moved. It is expensive. However, knowing that some residents cannot afford the full cost, we were also preparing to offer limited financial assistance to them when they got into the program. Well, that was up until last Thursday. On February 4th, Legal Aid filed a lawsuit against me, a civil action claiming that a rent increase to go into effect on March 1st is illegal. Legal Aid claims the Benicia Municipal Ordinance 1794, a process guiding park closures, still applies. It does not. There is no closure and no permit to close. We withdrew the permit. We continue to operate the park and give residents an opportunity to get out of their aging trailers and into affordable housing here in Benicia. Legal Aid's claim is an invention. After withdrawing the permit to close, we respected a 6-month grace period before raising rent. The rent increase is legal, and it is fair. In the last 15 years before we took over, rents increased only $5 per year. Area rents are now approaching $700 a month. Our proposed rent for long-term residents is $485 and is in line with surrounding mobile home parks for those on limited or fixed incomes. It is well below market, especially for Benicia. Not only are the rents legal and fair, they are necessary. They barely cover the cost to operate. In spite of this, we continue to maintain good order, replacing equipment, paving, and landscaping. And when we could, we hope to offer assistance to residents for trailer disposal. The Legal Aid lawsuit effectively halts any of our good work and intentions. Now having to fund a defense, we can no longer acquire and dispose of trailers nor offer assistance. There are immediate consequences. Let me explain. Recently, I had to withdraw an offer of disposal assistance to a resident who is expecting a bid from senior housing. As a result, the resident told me that they will turn down the affordable apartment offered because they don't have the money to pay for disposal of their trailer. Folks, the sad and unnecessary consequence to Legal Aid's action is that it hinders residents from moving out of their old trailers and into affordable housing. Legal Aid's lawsuit is counterproductive to its mission. As you can expect, I take this suit very personally. I have embraced the passion of being helpful, performing community service work all my life. For example, in 2007, celebrating my 50th birthday, I handed the keys to my rental home to a nonprofit in Richmond. This was a decent 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, which I had been renting to Section 8 tenants. It was valued at $345,000. The nonprofit is GRIP, the Greater Richmond Interfaith Project, an incredible organization which supports the needy with transitional housing and many services. I'm happy to report that that house is still in service today. Not long ago, Habitat for Humanity approached me on a Benicia project that had been stalled for a number of years, and I offered to help. Meeting with my civil engineer, we took up a proposal and expect to present it shortly to the community for review. I look forward that the community will consider it. But my work on housing is not just limited to the Bay Area. In the past 10 years, I have donated nearly $325,000 to charities across the globe, to disaster victims in Haiti, New Orleans, New York, and Japan, recently for wildfire victims, and to the Benicia Community Action Council. And then there is Ramana's Garden, an orphanage in Rishikesh, India. Shortly after my husband and I married, and in deep gratitude that he was saved by an Indian orphanage in his youth, I reached out to this great organization to offer support. They desperately needed to build a boys' dormitory, and so I funded it. I am happy to tell you the construction was just completed and have this photo to share. So there you have it. A committed and driven community leader, an advocate for the needy, a poster child for affordable housing, now sued by the kind of organization whose goals I support. I cannot allow legal aid to soil or impinge my work, nor my reputation as a merchant or a philanthropist. This assault is not just on my reputation, but on that of the whole community, and I need your help. The real problem, the big problem, is that of a lack of affordable housing. It is such a mess that is making adversaries out of those of us who do good work, legal aid, Gene Pedrotti, those of us who should be cooperating. It is my hope that we can resolve the issue with legal aid. In the meantime, I want you to think about how Benicia can approach the housing crisis, open its doors, and embrace those in need. Supplying affordable housing is necessary. It is an act of kindness. I ask that you look deep within your heart. Please reach out, make your voice heard, to Mayor Patterson, to all City Council members, to city officials. Talk about affordable housing in your social groups and your clubs, in social media, as well as in your church, your civic organizations, anywhere where it can make a difference. We cannot solve the housing crisis in the state, but together, Benicia citizens, Benicia businesses, Benicia industry, we can and need to address the housing crisis in our community. The solution starts with a discussion. Remember, Benicia is better. I look forward to future conversations with you. Thank you.